Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video on my channel, Makes Movies. If you are new to this channel, this is basically where I talk to you guys about my passion for movies. This goes from collections, hauls, reviews, and today's video, so let's get into it. Okay, so before I get into this video, I just want to say I now have memberships on this channel. Yes, and I actually got my first member, and it's Movies Fan. So special shout out to you being my first member. There are 2 levels of memberships. Bear with me as I've never done memberships before, so it will be a bit slow to start with. But now that I'm slowly getting there with my channel and getting prepared, expect with the memberships to get members only live streams, members only videos, members posts, and member shout outs. So I thought with it being my first member, I have to give a shout out. So yeah, before we get into this, I just want to say a massive thank you to you guys, because we've also hit 2,000. 2,000, as if we're actually at 2,000. We're nearly at 2020. My channel is continuously growing, and it is because of you guys. I love you guys so much. I'm going to get teary, honestly. Like, movies are my escape. This channel is my escape. And it's the thing that I love the most to do, and it makes me so happy to talk about films with you guys, review them, compare them, rankings lists, and to hear you guys enjoy this and that you guys are liking my videos, and the fact that we are gaining more subscribers is absolutely amazing. I mean, my videos, I'm going to be completely honest, aren't high tech. They're not like some of these people that have got really high tech videos. So for my videos to actually get noticed by people is still surprising. And I just want to say, the members of the movie community and the BlueTube community are amazing. I've made so many friends off this community. I have met so many people of this community. The support is unreal. And just now that not only have I got a member as a membership now, someone's willing to be a part of this membership, I'm now thinking to myself how much I might lean into doing this more full time. At the moment, I'm going to still stick with my job. But now what I want to do is, now that I've got a member and now that I'm getting more subscribers and that my channel is picking up, this is what I really want to do. So I'm going to try so hard for the next couple of weeks to come up with a proper schedule, to think of members only videos to do for you guys, to think of when I can do live streams, both for members only and for the main community. And just sort of like try and get into a more of a rhythm, because I love this. I love doing this, and seeing you guys with your support and everything else just means the world to me. I'm sorry, I'm getting teary-eyed. But yeah, so thank you so much to Movies Fan. I still can't believe I actually have a member. I didn't think anyone was going to go for it, so that's why I didn't want to mention it, because I weren't sure if anyone would, but apparently you would. So thank you guys so much. But expect shout outs every time a new member's added, and once we get a couple more members, depending if we do get any more, I'll then start putting things at the end with your name on it, so you get special shout outs. So let's actually get back into the video, and I hope you guys enjoy this animation versus live action. Okay, we are back with another animation versus live action, Disney edition. And today is a slightly different one in a sense. So today we are doing Fantasia. This is what came out in 1937? I think it's the 1930s or 1940s. Going up against The Sorcerer's Apprentice in 2010. 2 different titles, both based on a certain segment of Fantasia. So this is what I mean by it's slightly different to some of the other live action remakes that we have gotten. And a couple of these will be kind of like that. So with Fantasia and The Sorcerer's Apprentice is based on the Mickey Mouse segment in the Fantasia film where he is Merlin's apprentice. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So this one's going to be a bit more of a weirder one to talk about and compare. But I thought, why not add it in? Because technically, like I said, The Sorcerer's Apprentice does count as a live-action remake. It's in everyone else's top 10 lists and the rankings of all the live-action films. So, hence why I decided to do this video. But like I've said before in the past with my previous ones, there will be Disney Classic reviews as well. So when it comes to the animated films, I won't really talk about them much in this one because I did a full-on review beforehand. And then technically, if it's a live-action remake that I didn't get sent in the mail, then I will be talking a bit more longer on that one. So yeah, we'll start by briefly talking about the animated film and then go into the remake. But before we do that, as per usual, I get you guys involved. So, I obviously put a poll up for you guys to vote, and you guys voted for the original, but the remake does come very close. And this is one of the rare times that I would look at these votings, and the remake does come close. So, yeah. But it's like I said, this is my thoughts on it. So, with the animated film, like I said, I'm only going to briefly go over it. So the Fantasia film is a concert movie in a sense, but the only bit I'm actually going to talk about is the Mickey part, because obviously this is what the remake is based on. So this was the first time watch for me. I hadn't seen Fantasia before. There's quite a few Disney classics I hadn't seen. And so I had heard of the Mickey scene and stuff. So I actually found it cute. I found it adorable. I liked that segment. I thought it was a nice little segment. I thought it was beautifully animated as well. Like, I think the whole film is beautifully animated. But I think it's just a nice little thing, you know, all about Merlin and Mickey being Sorcerer's Apprentice, and basically that's it. There's not really much else to say on the animated film, so I am literally going to go straight into the remake now, because the remake, there's a lot more to it. So, onto the remake. So, this came out in 2010. This stars Nicolas Cage, Jay Birchall? I don't know how you say his last name, but he plays Hiccup in How to Train Your Dragon. And it's weird now that I've actually seen the How to Train Your Dragon films that I recognise the voice now. And it's sort of adorable to hear the voice and see the actor. Kind of like it. So with The Sorcerer's Apprentice, it does go over the scene that does involve the Mickey's segment. However, it develops more and it goes into a backstory. It goes into a whole bunch of different other things and expands on that. Also as well, I did not know there was an end credit scene to this film. I was literally just letting the credits roll on the Disney Plus thing, and I was just waiting for it to finish out. And then there was an end credit scene. How did I not know there was an end credit scene? I mean, in all fairness, this did come out in 2010. Did the MCU movie start in 2010? I may have not started watching it then. I think it may have been 2012 I may have started watching the MCU. So for me, end credit scenes weren't really a fast forward and look for scene. So yeah, I did not realise that. That threw me off today. But anyway, so with The Sorcerer's Apprentice, we are following Nick Cage, who's trying to find the Prime Millennia? Yeah, I think that's how he said it. And it's Jay's character. And this is the reason being is because they need to defeat Morgana. I'm not going to say any more on that. That's basically the basic plot. There's a lot more detail to it. But what did I think of the remake? Now, bearing in mind, I have actually watched this one a few times. I swear I owned it physically, but when I tried to find it in my collection to watch, I couldn't see it anywhere. So either I did have it and I got rid of it, or I never had it in the first place. I'm not really sure. I still can't see it now. But yeah, so this is starring Nick Cage. I absolutely love Nick Cage in all his roles, and I feel like this is one of his more calmer roles. This is a Disney film, like I said, so it is. I feel like if it had maybe a bigger age rating, I feel like it might have been a bit more badass, I think. But it was still enjoyable for what it was. I love the CGI in this. I think the CGI in this is amazing, especially when it comes to the magic. The magic looks so cool, so entertaining. I love the sort of like apprentice master friendship thing that goes on between Nick Cage and Jay Burchell? Burchell? If I'm saying his name wrong, I do apologise. But I think for a live action remake, I think it's actually pretty good. I've enjoyed it over the years, and no matter how many times I've watched it, I feel like I've always felt the same about it. Say, I liked the bad guys in this. I thought they were pretty cool. I do wish some of the bad guys had a bit more time on the screen, because some of them didn't. So I would have liked for them to expand on that, I think. I like the fact we got the backstory as well to Merlin a little bit, and sort of like seeing Jay trying to become that prime millennia. Such a weird word to say, but I kind of like it. Prime millennia. Such a fun word. But I think for what it was and what it was based on, it's actually not bad. And I like how they modernized it. They didn't sort of like repeat it. They did reenact the scene with the brooms where Mickey's like like that bit they repeated. But then they made everything else their own. I mean, obviously, because it's based on one little segment, they had to then expand it to an hour and sort of like, I think it's 44 minutes? I think that's how long the film is. And so trying to expand on that and sort of like add history, add a bit more plot to it, and things like that, I think they've done a pretty good job. And you know what? Looking at the list of the live action remakes, I think this might make my top 5, maybe even my top 6. I know it definitely make my top 10, but I think it might make my top 5, maybe 6, because I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. It's different. It's one of those that you don't really have to think too hard about it. So if you haven't watched it and you want a shut your brain off kind of movie that you don't have to worry too much, I could say you could even watch it without having seen the segment, I think, to be honest. I think you can go into this and not have to worry about that segment. Whereas some of the remakes, I would say that you do need to see the original just to sort of like get an idea. But with this one, I feel like it's such a standalone film that if you've seen the Fantasia one, it's an added bonus. So I think that's pretty cool. And to be honest, I never really thought about it. But after watching it tonight, I actually, when they've done a lot of sequels now, aren't they? And prequels and remakes, things like that. Now having seen the end credit scene as well, I actually kind of want a sequel to it. I wouldn't mind seeing Nick Cage and Jay get back together and sort of like do some more things. I know it's going to probably be a bit too late now, I think. I don't even know what the plot would be now. I feel like if they would have done a sequel in like 2012, 2014, like just a few years after the film, I feel like then it would have hit well. But I think now I don't think so much. But yeah. Overall, I really like this remake, and I forgot how much I liked it. There's some really funny moments in this as well, which I truly enjoy. There's some funny lines in this as well. There's some really funny moments and some funny lines, and is it a bit predictable? Yes. But sometimes you've got the good predictable and the bad predictable. This was a good predictable. I enjoyed it, and I don't know how many other people enjoy this, because I've seen a lot of people's rankings of the live action remakes, and I can't remember where people would have put this one. But no, I enjoyed it. I had a good time with it, and yeah, let's just get into my final decision. I think we all know what my one's going to be. So yeah, my final decision, I think we all know what it's going to be. It's going to be the remake. As much as I did like the segment in Fantasia, I think because I'd watched this one more and I have more attachment to it, I think this time it's going to go to the remake, because I really enjoyed it. I'm not going to lie, yeah, it's a fun little movie. It's not one of the best remakes, like it's not some of the other ones that I enjoy on this remake list. But like I said, it would make my top 5, top 6, at least, I think. To be honest, it might be above some other people's favourites, if I'm going to be completely honest. Maybe. I'm still, obviously, like, I'm rewatching them in release order, so it'll be quite fun to see where we go from here. But, yeah. Honestly, not a bad remake. So this is what I mean. I didn't know whether to classify this as a remake or not, because it's only based on a segment. It's not actually fully based on Fantasia, so it's a bit more tough to compare. But no, it's not bad. It's not bad. But yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then do give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to this channel, then go ahead, hit that subscribe button and also notification bell down below to be notified when I post. And leave me your comments and thoughts on The Sorcerer's Apprentice. Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Is it one of your favourite remakes? Would you have liked a sequel to it? Let me know in the comments down below. I believe if I remember looking at the list, the next one should be Maleficent. Now, this is another one, like, kind of like with The Sorcerer's Apprentice. I'm like, does that actually count as a remake? Because, in a sense, yes, it's following the plot of Sleeping Beauty, but it's from Maleficent's point of view. So, I'm still going to do it, because it's going to be like a nice little test for me to see where we go with it. We'll see what happens. We'll see how that one goes. But yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!